Let's talk testimony again. I love giving testimony to the power and the glory of God. Hey, everybody, Mary here. A few years ago, I was in a revival at the Indian Reservation, and we were doing a home service that evening. Well, there was a young lady that came into the service that I'd never seen before. And when I finished ministering the word and called for prayer line and people that needed to be prayed for, she got into the line. Now, I'd prayed for several people prior to getting to her. And when I got to her, God began to show me a portion in her frontal lobe that was dark. And he spoke to me and told me, he said, that portion of her brain is dead. And I looked up at the young lady. She was taller than me. And I looked up and I said, may I touch you? And she said, yes. So I reached up and I said, God showed me right here that it's dark. And he said that your brain is dead in that area. She goes, that's very interesting. I said, how so? She said 3 years prior that she had had a brain aneurysm and that the doctors told her that that portion of her brain was dead. I looked at her and I said, well, God reveals to heal. And I began to look at that place in the front of her forehead that was so black and so dark. And as I began to pray, I began to see sparks of light fly from inside her head. Diodes is the word that came to my mind. And it would hit on this tiny little cell and run like on a vein that looked like the size of a hair. And it kept doing that and sparking and running and sparking and running. And I told her, I said, God is wakening your brain right now. He is waking it back up and giving life in that area. A few days later, the young lady came to me and confided that she had not felt anything in that area of her brain in the 3 years since she had had the brain aneurysm, but she had began to feel activity taking place. She was beginning to remember how to do her job. You see, it was so bad that she was even losing her skills on how to perform her job. God is an amazing God. And if you are in a bind today, if you are in a position to where the enemy is attacking your body, that he is coming against you with sickness and disease, I want you to know that even in the darkest thing, God is your answer. Jesus paid for your healing. Can I get an amen? Well, bye for now.